Hey guys, welcome to our channel Uniplex. Guys, in today's video we will be showing 7 incredible road moments caught on cameras, which have caused significant financial loss to people, and some individuals luckily escaped from nearby deaths. So without wasting any more time, let's start today's video. Nanyang is a prefecture-level city in Hunan Province, China. It's home to about 9.7 million people and one very poor decision-maker. Somebody should have taken this man's keys before he got behind the wheel. It was January 7th of 2021. A local man was driving through town after a few alcoholic beverages. He learned pretty quickly why you should never drive under the influence. It looks like he drove up one of those steel wires you see attached to telephone poles. Thankfully, the driver crawled out and appeared okay. You can see him stumbling around as others come to check on him. Police arrived later on and administered a breathalyzer test, but from all the evidence in the video, it's clear this guy was way over the legal limit. We're not sure what happened after they took him to jail. In mainland China, anything between 0.02% and 0.08% blood alcohol level comes with a fine of 1 to 2,000 yuan. Anything over 0.08% is punishable by up to 3 years in jail. Unfortunately, we live in a world full of scammers. These people will do anything to make a quick buck, even stage a traffic accident. They're called cash-for-cash scams, and they're more common than you think. The driver was heading down the A10 near London when he came upon a roundabout. Without reason, the car ahead of him slammed on its brakes, causing a rear-end collision. Luckily, his dash cam recorded the whole thing.
Every referendum that's ever been anywhere was the people who went all the way through the referendum were still basically undecided. If they voted, would end up on the balance
for the status quo,
yes. Because it's the less risky option. That's happened almost everywhere, and that didn't happen either.
Because it didn't feel like a status quo ultimately,
No.
did it? I mean, that was one of the great victories of the snake oil salesman, is that it felt like a kind of a temporary aberration by the time they finished their administrations.
Our driver pulls over and talks with the people in the other car. His hand gestures mime the whole conversation. He's probably saying, "What did you want me to do? You slammed on your brakes for no reason. The scammers don't want to listen." According to police, the scammers filed £28,000 worth of personal injury claims against our driver's insurance company. Little did they know, his dash cam would catch them red-handed. His insurance company rejected the claim, and the scammers were arrested. All 50 states have what are called move-over laws. They dictate that drivers must slow down and move over to avoid striking emergency personnel on the side of the road. The best example is a police officer pulling over another driver. You're supposed to move into another lane or slow down to avoid striking them. In Wisconsin, failure to move over is punishable by a $249 fine and 3 demerit points on your license. If you injure someone, you could wind up in jail. This driver in Adams County learned that lesson the hard way when they nearly clipped a more than friendly police officer.
Don't take this as, geez, oh my God. I gotta go after him.
Unfortunately, the video ends before our officer catches up to the truck. According to the police department, he caught the driver and issued a citation. He was unharmed, but certainly shaken up. We imagine he had a few choice words for the guy that nearly hit him. Move-over laws were enacted to save lives. If you're driving down a multi-lane road, it is your legal responsibility to change lanes. If you can't, you have to slow down when passing emergency vehicles. These include police, fire, rescue, maintenance vehicles, and tow trucks. Crossing arms and flashing lights are the telltale signs that a train is fast approaching. Normal people see them and stop. Other people are simply impatient. Take this teenage Dutch cyclist, for example. He was coming up on a railroad crossing in the Belgian city of Wavik, but instead of waiting like everyone else, he risked it all. Luckily, he walked away without getting seriously hurt. The arm is down and a car is clearly waiting, but our reckless teenager goes for it anyway. He passes mere feet in front of the train. It clips his rear wheel, sending his bike into a tailspin off-screen. Luckily, he only suffered a minor head injury and was discharged from the hospital later that day. If you're trying to beat a speeding train, then at least you can wear a helmet for your safety. Buenos Aires, Argentina's capital and its largest city, and it's home to around 15 million people who predominantly depend on public transit. On the 16th of August of 2023, a double-length bus navigating through congested traffic encountered an electrical malfunction. This led to the bus suddenly catching fire, prompting a swift evacuation of all passengers. CCTV footage shows the bus moving out of the frame, followed by an abrupt halt in the traffic behind it. A different camera angle reveals the second vehicle beginning to emit smoke. Passengers quickly disembark from the bus amidst the flames. It appeared that the bus had at least 100 passengers. In the chaos, some people rush up a hill while others flee along the street. Meanwhile, other traffic lanes continue to flow smoothly, but not for long. A fiery trail of oil spreads on the highway as the bus becomes engulfed in flames. Vehicles swerve to dodge the inferno, eventually having no option but to drive directly through it. Eventually, a towering blaze blocks all traffic lanes. The bus transforms into a massive fireball, generating a dense cloud of black smoke that dominates most of the view, even scorching parts of the nearby hillside. Firefighting teams arrive shortly to extinguish the blaze. Reports later confirmed that all passengers were safely evacuated from the bus with no injuries reported during the incident. In the summer of 2015, a brazen phone call thief stalked the streets of Midtown Manhattan. According to reports, he stole 11 cell phones from unsuspecting victims. The worst part? They never saw him coming. On July 9th of 2015, a cab driver may have caught the thief in action. Ironically, our cabbie was giving his passenger tips on how not to get scammed. Then, the cell phone thief blasted by. Watch how quickly he robs his victim and flees the scene. The woman takes off running, but she'll never catch the thief on foot. Another cyclist tries to catch up, and we lose all three in the traffic. By the time our cab driver caught up, the thief had rounded a corner and disappeared. Now, it's unclear if this thief is the same one who had stolen 11 cell phones previously. From what we can gather, this man was only involved in 2 thefts in the Midtown area. Maybe he was a copycat who realized how easy it was. Think about all the people who have had their phones out while walking through the city. Anybody can easily ride up and snatch it. Police gadgets seem to get cooler each year. On June 10th, 2023, the Street Racing Task Force in Mesa, Arizona got to test one of their newest toys, Meet the Grappler. An evening call came in about a gang of street racers weaving through heavy traffic. One 17-year-old driver accidentally struck a pedestrian and fled the scene. Officers quickly caught up with him and used the grappler to end the pursuit.
Grapple. Just south of the scene at Don Gilbert.
The driver, along with his 17-year-old passenger, were detained and brought to the station. Both were looking at fines, several hours of community service, and a 20-day vehicle impound. If they were repeat offenders, the punishment would be significantly worse. Now, the grappler is basically a net system that folds down from the police cruiser's front bumper. The pursuing officer gets behind the suspect's vehicle and jams the grappler under one of their rear tires. The netting wraps around the tire and extends from the cruiser. A heavy-duty cord connects both cars. Now all the officer has to do is hit the brakes to stop the speeding vehicle. Guys, we have come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching the video for so long patiently. If you enjoy this video, you can like and comment, and if you want to see such strange and interesting videos, you can subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon next to it. See you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay well. Thank you.